All right, good night, everyone. We're live now. In this episode, we're going to be looking at Unit 3 from our science workbook. So we're looking at air and water. The first section talks about air, and that air is invisible and it is vital. It has weight, it occupies space, and it surrounds us all the time. You know, we can forget it because we cannot see it, smell it, taste it. We can feel it as it blows or when we breathe heavily. All right. So those are some of the features of air. All right. I like to tell my students at lessons cost WPS. So pure air is colorless, odorless,
Odorless,
shapeless, tasteless,
tasteless,
has
Has
weight,
weight,
mhm, exerts pressure,
exerts pressure,
and takes up space.
takes space.
takes up
All right.
space.
So cost WPS, and the same thing for water. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So remember, pure water will be colorless, odorless, shapeless, tasteless, has weight, exerts pressure, and takes up space.
Space.
All right, so let's look at what air is. Air is a mixture of different colorless and useful gases. Some of these are nitrogen, oxygen,
Oxygen,
carbon
carbon
dioxide,
dioxide, and water
water
vapor.
vapor. Nitrogen makes up about how much percentage of the air?
0.
78%.
78.
And
8%.
All right. Remember the chorus answers now. Oxygen makes up about 21% and carbon dioxide about 0.03%. But with they say with global warming and
It
the
is
increase in
increasing.
carbon dioxide, I think it's up to about 0.05, anywhere between there. Other other gases, almost said other glasses. Other gases include argon, hydrogen, helium, neon, xenon, and krypton. All right.
Yes, sir.
These are only present in minute amounts, not minute, minute, meaning small. In order for us to stay alive, our body needs air. And when we breathe in air, our respiring cells utilize the oxygen and we give off carbon dioxide. Plants are respiring like us. However, the photosynthesizing cells utilize carbon dioxide, which we give off, and they give us oxygen. So we have what they call in science a symbiotic relationship with plants. So what we don't need, they use, and what they don't need, we use. So we have that type of relationship with them. All right, so we move to Earth's atmosphere, and we know that it consists of layers, and it consists of air, water, and other substances.
Yes, sir.
Person with the camera, you have 2 seconds before you are kicked out for the night. So that camera has to go off.
I don't know how to take it off.
You have to click it off, darling.
Tap the screen. Tap the screen and you will see camera.
All right, excellent.
There.
Still not there now. All right, ready again. So let's go. So the atmosphere acts as a protective shield and filters out the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, right? And it allows visible rays to pass through for light and heat. And we know that ultraviolet rays can damage skin cells, causing skin cancer, and it can damage plants. All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
the Earth's atmosphere acts like a blanket, and we know that it helps to prevent extremes of temperature, so we don't get too hot or we don't get too cold.
Cold.
Right? So it says air
Yes,
takes
sir.
up space and exerts force over an area, and this is called pressure. So air pressure is the amount of air that presses or pushes on anything, right? So air pressure decreases the higher up you go, as there is less and less air. I was telling my students earlier today about planes wanting to fly fast or fly faster. What they would do, they would go what? Higher up.
Higher.
All right. So If
Yes,
they
sir.
go higher up, they have less pressure, meaning they have less resistance. And as such,
Top this.
don't worry, um, that person is not with us anymore. So as a result, they would be able to fly faster because they have less friction, air friction on them. All right. So
Yes, sir.
another thing to remember is that cold air sinks, creating higher pressure, and warm air rises,
Rises.
lowering the pressure on the earth. All right. So that was page 21. We go over to page 22 where we look at pollution. Right. Now, we need to remember that when we talk about pollution, we're adding something to the
Adding
environment. And when we talk about
money
depletion,
that.
we're removing something. Why can't the, why can't you guys just stay still, please? Because when you're moving that phone, for those of us who are wearing headphones, it's right in our ear. All right, ready again. So life on Earth exists because the atmosphere provides the necessary conditions for both plants and animals to live, right? Now, we have substances that are not normally apart, and these substances are called what? Pollutants. So when we add things to air and to water and to the land that are not normally there, we are polluting it. Somebody is near the kitchen and there are some plates that are there. So if you're that person, just put your microphone on mute so you listen without having the rest of us to hear that. All right, good. So going again. So now some air pollution is the presence of impurities and harmful substances in the atmosphere. For example, waste from chemicals and factories and industries, fumes, exhaust, dust, particles of dirt, smoke, the burning of garbage, the at landfills, all of those things help to form what? Air pollution. And we know that this polluted air, these conditions can make people what? Sick, right? Some pollutants get trapped just above the ground,
This
right? And they can cause people to have breathing problems and eye problems and so on. Okay.
Yes,
Some
sir.
of these conditions, some common rather airborne diseases include influenza, what we call the flu, the
Yes,
common
sir.
cold, measles, bronchitis, and tuberculosis. Now we go on
Yes,
to
sir.
water. And we don't need to spend much time on water. We know that it covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. We know that it's important. We know that we can find it in rains, in clouds, in seas, in rivers, lakes, in the soil, and in plants and in animals. They say about 2/3 of our own body is made up of water, right? And we lose water
Yes,
every
sir.
day. We lose it through sweat, through urine, through feces, and as moisture from the lungs. Let me see if you guys remember anything from the marathon. How do we lose moisture from the lungs? What can we do to prove that we lose moisture from the lung?
Sir, when you like when you're at a glass, sir, and you like you blow on the glass, sir, you see
Good.
the frosted sir, in the
Okay.
glass, sir.
So it becomes misty. So if I am talking and I put a glass, that moisture condenses on the glass, which is a
Yes,
cooler
sir.
surface.
Condenses.
Okay, so what about a situation where if I'm in New York, like now, when it's cold, if I go outside, I will see what appears to be what? Fog coming from my mouth,
Well,
right?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So that's as a result of condensation, and that proves that we lose what? We lose
Water from
moisture,
our lungs.
yes, from
Moisture.
our lung. So
Lungs.
moisture, water is one of the byproducts of cellular respiration. All right. So we're moving off. We're moving on now. So water carries nutrients to the cells of our bodies, and it is in our blood. It takes waste from our bodies, right? And water is one of the commonest compounds on Earth. Now, pay attention to this. The chemical formula for water is H2O. So we
Two
have
O
two atoms of hydrogen and one atom
and
of
one atom
oxygen. All right. So
oxygen.
H2O. Oh, how many hydrogen atoms?
Two.
Two. And how
Two.
many oxygen atoms?
One.
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 All right, so water is unusual because it can be found in all three states of matter. So it can be
Matter.
found
Solid and
as a solid, it can be found as a liquid, and it can
liquid.
be found as
Liquid
a
and
Yeah.
as a gas.
gas. Now, in solid form, water is called what?
Water. Not salt. Ice.
Okay. And in liquid form, it is the water that we know
Yes,
when we
sir.
drink. And in gaseous form, it is water vapor, like the one that comes
Water
from your
vapor.
lungs, right? When you breathe
Yes,
out or
sir.
talk. Pure water. They say water freezes at 0 degrees, but this really
Zero
should
degrees
say
Celsius.
pure water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, and it also should be at sea level. Right. Well, when you go to high school, they'll explain that a little bit more. But for now, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
Celsius.
How can we make water
Celsius.
clean for drinking?
Boiling, chlorination, and filtration.
Nation or
Okay.
filtration.
So all of those are examples of treated water or potable water. And there
Yes,
was a
sir.
question like that on um
Science paper today.
the mock 3 science paper today. And potable simply means water that is suitable or fit for drinking. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Drinking.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
we have a lot of diseases now that are as a result of contaminated water or unclean water or water that is not treated, such as cholera, typhoid, poliomyelitis, and others. Um, Oil and sewage are two major pollutants of water. So sewage is like, untreated human excrement that goes into water. So if we were to use our bathrooms and all of that gets into the river or a stream or something, a water source or water body, we're adding sewage to the water. We have a water cycle, and once we hear
Yes, sir.
cycle, we know that it's something that keeps going round and round.
Bro.
All right.
Around.
So we have evaporation, condensation,
Over.
precipitation, and this is known as the water cycle. There's also something that is missing from this. I don't see it from there, but there's an important
Collection.
collection. Collection is important. All right. So
Yes, sir.
we can now move. Oh, last one. Precipitation is in the form of rain, snow, sleet, or hail, and it falls from the
Clothes.
clouds. So let's quickly go
Cloud.
over now to page 24, and we start with this. Number one, start off with Corey. Number one, Corey, what is air and where can it be found?
In the surrounding around us.
Okay. What is air? You haven't given me the definition for air.
Air is a mixture of gases found in the atmosphere.
Okay. So, air is a mixture of gases, yes, and it can be found anywhere on Earth. Okay. All right, let's go. Next one, Darian. Darian,
Yes, sir.
state what are the two main gases that make up air?
The two main, sir.
Yeah, two main.
So we have
Well, just give me the main ones then. Let me not limit you to two.
nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and
All right,
water.
that's good. Let's see who's next. TC. Number
Yes,
three,
sir.
state two ways in which air is useful in our everyday life.
Sir, we breathe it.
Yes. What else do we do with it? How else can we use air?
Sir, we can use it to, so like you can use it for how should I explain it now? So like you have a windmill, sir.
Excellent. Moving air is called what?
Yes, sir.
Wind.
Energy.
Moving air is called
Yes, sir.
wind, and wind is a
Wind.
form of what? Energy. It's a form of renewable energy.
Energy.
All right, excellent. So we
Energy.
can use the windmill to generate what?
Correct.
Sir, energy.
Okay.
Energy.
electrical energy.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So we move now to Raje. Raje, how
Yes,
does
sir.
your body take oxygen from the air? So there's air
Mm.
all around us. It's a mixture of gases, but how do you take the oxygen out of the air?
Sir, by pollute, polluting it.
No,
Mm.
sir. Can I
Hold,
help him?
hold, no, hold. Let's give him some time to think. Listen to what we're saying again. We're saying that you have air all around you, and when you breathe air in, it's a mixture of gases. How do you take oxygen out of the mixture of gases? Because your body needs oxygen to stay alive. How do you take it out of the air?
By breathing
Yeah,
in.
by breathing. What you use to breathe?
I
Nose.
So you use your lungs. So the lung is the organ that deals with gaseous exchange. So it exchanges gases. So we take from the air the oxygen that we need and we release into the air. We put into the air the carbon dioxide that we do not need. Clear on that? So
Yes, yes, sir.
some people like to say we breathe in oxygen. No, we don't breathe in oxygen alone.
We
We
breathe in a
breathe in what?
mixture.
A mixture of gases. But our lungs are so designed that they take out the what? They take out the oxygen that we need and put the carbon dioxide that we don't need into the air we breathe out. All right. So let's
Yes,
see
sir.
who's next. Um, Mr. Hines, are you there? Who is sharing it? Okay, so Kyle, let's go. Number 6. What happens to air pressure as you move higher and higher above the Earth's surface?
It thinner.
Okay, so the air itself gets thinner, but what about the pressure, the air pressure?
It's
It
low, sir.
decreases.
It what?
It's low.
It decreases.
Decrease.
Okay,
Yes.
so the
Yes,
pressure
sir.
Yes,
decreases.
sir.
All right, let's go number 7. Talia, what are some
Yes,
of
sir.
the
Mm,
pollutants that exist?
Sir,
mm.
dust,
Yes.
smoke.
So it says off ear.
Continue there.
Sir, I said dust, smoke, dirt,
Vehicle,
burnt garbage.
yes, and vehicle exhaust. Some of those things are examples of pollution. All right, so let's see. Um, Hakeem,
Yes, sir.
what are the two main components of the atmosphere?
Mm, oxygen.
Quickly. Anybody wants to help him out?
So I would like to try
Okay, go ahead, TC.
oxygen and nitrogen.
No, not what we're looking for. What about? Let
Sir,
me
what
hold on,
air?
hold. Let me see if we have Shanice.
Yes.
Shanice, tell
Yes,
me the two main components of the atmosphere.
air and water.
Air and water. Excellent. Let's go now. Shanice, still with you. How can we ensure that our water is made safe for drinking?
Boiling and filtration.
Not hearing you. Speak up.
Boiling and filtration, sir.
One more. Give me one more.
And chlorination.
Good. So we can boil it, we can add chlorine, and we can filter it. All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
question 10 says that we should list 3 ways by which water can be conserved in the home. I think we got this for end of term task paper, and a lot of people did not do well on this. Corey, tell me 3 ways you can conserve water.
Sir, by turning off
No,
tap.
hold on. Corey.
She's muted.
All right, so Corey looks like she's gone somewhere. Darion,
Yes, sir.
conserving water, 3 ways.
Sir, take a shower and do not a bath.
Okay.
Sir, wash your car, sir.
Can
Wash it over.
hold.
Sir,
You're not so clear. You're not so clear. Hold on a minute. All
sir,
right.
if you're going to wash your car, you can wash it over the lot so you don't have to water the plants again. And you want
Okay. All right. Somebody has someone talking in the background there, and we can't. Your parents can't be in the background talking because it's going to confuse the people who are listening as well. So you have to be somewhere nice and quiet. All right. All right. So let's go again now. Where are we? Yeah, so we can use buckets when we're washing the car. We can use a cup when we're brushing our teeth. What else? We can take a shower instead of having a bath that we fill with water, like a bathtub, and we fill it with water. We end up using less when we take the shower versus a full bath. All right.
But
So let's go to
yes, sir.
number 11. We explain the ways by which water is changed in nature. Rajay, could you tell me how water is changed in nature?
Sir, he's muted.
All right, go ahead. Hold. This person keeps coming back in, and they no. So goodbye. All right. So Corey, can you tell me?
Sir, she's still muted.
Still not here. All right, Darren, go ahead.
Sir, solid, liquid, and gas.
Not what I'm looking for. In nature, the ways in which it's changed. Kyle, how does it change? Let's think of the water cycle. How does it change?
Excuse me, sir.
Of course.
Care to answer, Corey?
Sir, I think I know. Do you want it as in like the water cycle, as in condensation, evaporation, and precipitation?
That's what I was looking for. So water changes from a liquid state to a gaseous state, and that is called evaporation. When the water is heated, it changes from a what? Gaseous state to liquid state. That's called condensation. And precipitation is when the water actually falls from the sky as rain or snow, things like that. All right.
Yes, sir.
We're going now. Let's look now. 3 sources of water. Talia, could you give me 3 sources of water?
Sources of water.
Sir, she's not muted.
All right. Anybody else? Give me sources of water, please.
A well, a tap, a river.
Yes. What about springs
Yes.
and
sir.
reservoirs?
Hot springs.
Right?
Not a spring.
No, we don't necessarily need a hot spring. Just a regular spring. Our regular springs would be a source of water as well. But like we have the Mona Reservoir, so we store water there for people in the corporate area. Now,
Yes, sir.
13, somebody is near the kitchen still, and the plates are in the background.
Please mute.
So if you know that person is you, just please mute your microphone, or you just log off here and you go and watch online, because you're still going to hear everything that's happening. All right. But your background, again, your background must be quiet. Okay. So how is water important to the human body? Corey?
Yes, sir. Sir, you could die from dehydration.
Yes, that's true. How else?
You need water to support to support life.
Yeah. In
Also, like
how?
you
How?
said, half of your body,
Needed
almost
to
half of your body is made up of water.
Okay. More than half of your body is made up of water. But what about this? Water carries nutrients around the body so that you can, have the energy and all of that that you need to live. Water also helps to get rid of waste,
Sure.
right?
That's
In the form of what? Urine. Water also helps to keep you cool in the form of what? Sweat.
Sweat.
All right, so we need to remember those things. Number 14. You tell me the answer for 14.
polluted sea.
Yeah, polluted. Number 15. Answer for 15.
What of the following is likely to pollute the air?
vehicles.
Vehicles.
Okay, answer for 16. Answer for 16.
What of gases make up water? Nitrogen and oxygen cat.
No, it's not. It's not cat. Not nitrogen. Nitrogen, oxygen
So
don't make up water.
hydrogen,
Apple.
sir, hydrogen.
So it's
Apple.
A as in apple. All right. Number
Hydrogen.
17. Answer for 17.
Something. Evaporation. B.
Evaporation.
Yes, sir.
Evaporation.
All right, that's okay.
18 is
Let's go to 18. 18 is C.
Yes, sir.
Mm-mm.
What is that?
Guys, if this is going to continue, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go live and you all just watch. Okay? Because this level of someone still is near the kitchen or their parents washing dishes or something like that. I'm asking you kindly to mute. If you are that person, please mute your microphone. Okay. So number 19. Number 19.
sir. Sir. D. Dog.
Apple, sir.
No.
Dog, sure.
Dog is not right.
Apple.
Sir, A. Cat, sir.
Sure, apple.
Which statement is true?
A.
Some
Sir,
days true.
it could be
This
apple or C or
this one is
cat.
this is not a good
Sir.
question because C is true. Air has shape. No, it's shapeless. So it's shapeless. So it's not C. It
Sir,
has
A.
weight and
Sir.
occupies space.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Shape and occupy space. So B is also incorrect. A, neither odor nor taste. That is true.
Yes, sir.
So
And
A
D
is
is
true
true.
and D
And
is
D.
true. Right? So those two. And the person with the plate continues. Let's go to number 20. Layers of gases that surround the earth. What we call that?
Atmosphere.
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 21.
Switch on oil.
Sewage and oil.
Yes, sir.
Number
Sir.
22.
Sir, water.
Water.
Number 22, water. Number
Water.
23.
Water.
What?
No, no, no. Number 23.
The atmosphere
Atmosphere is correct. Number 24.
decreases.
Decrease.
Decreases. That's correct.
Decreases.
Number 25.
Um,
Pol-
pollutant
pollutant.
Pollutants. And we need to remember that pollutants are added to air, to land, and to water. Number 26.
Sir,
is
oxygen. No,
Mhm.
no. Yes, sir. Yes. Oxygen.
and give off carbon
And gives
dioxide.
off carbon dioxide.
Photosynthesizing cells use
Carbon
carbon
dioxide.
dioxide and give
Oh,
off
yeah.
oxygen. Okay.
Oxygen.
Rainfall and hail are forms of precipitation.
All right. So that's it for our unit tomorrow. We're going to be looking at rocks, minerals, and soil, unit 4. So have that read that one over and have your answers ready for our
I
discussion
already
tomorrow
did that
evening.
section, so yay for me.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining, except for the plates. Have yourselves a good evening. See you guys tomorrow. Remember,
Yes,
tomorrow
sir.
is language arts and social studies for mock exam. So after you finish,
Yes, sir.
please make sure that you review at least the glossary in the social studies and you go over your language arts rules so that you're ready for tomorrow. All right.
Yes, sir.
So and
All
the
right, guys.
continuation of maths for us.
All right. Bye, guys.
Yay.
Bye.